Ms. Cheng, will your speech be longer than 8 minutes? If it is, I'll have to move the extension. 8 minutes.
Thanks for the stress. Deputy Speaker, Sir, Madam President's inaugural address laid out several important concepts and our 4G leaders' philosophy on good governance and leadership. She has also said Singaporeans want to live in a fair and just society, one based on meritocracy, but at the same time strives to leave no one behind. This is the crux of the topic I want to raise today. Education has been a key driver of social mobility. Our successful transition to a knowledge-based economy within one generation has been a direct result of our education policies. But more importantly, education has leveled the playing field for families with varying resources, allowing children of all backgrounds the potential to rise to the best of their abilities. Looking at the horizon, we can do better to ensure education continues to be an enabler of social mobility. The setting up of MOE kindergartens is a big step forward in the right direction. Access to quality preschool education will ensure children from disadvantaged families not to be deprived of foundational learning prior to formal primary school education. However, more help is needed for disadvantaged children from the lowest income group. On ACDA website, it states that a child must meet the minimum attendance of 1 day per month in order to receive KIFA subsidies. Teachers feedback to me that they have had to persuade some parents to send their children to school regularly, beyond the minimum 1 day requirement. There are obviously families out there, for reasons of their own, do not see the importance of their children going to preschool. How can a child focus on learning and keep on par with others if they do not attend school regularly? When these disadvantaged children start compulsory education at P1 and realize that they lag behind the rest of their classmates, it discourages them and generates a sense of low self-esteem and other disruptive notions. This lack of foundation leads to a vicious cycle right from the very start. I would therefore like to urge MOE to legislate to make preschool studies part of compulsory education for all children. Parents must recognize the importance of foundational learning and make every reasonable effort to give their children a complete preschool education. It is commonly regarded that Singapore's education system is world-class. However, I see a dark cloud looming over the horizon, elitists among the school children and apathy towards others. A recent survey by the Institute of Policy Studies showed that children from so-called elite schools tend to socialize exclusively with others who went to similar schools. Even though there are existing opportunities such as OBS for students of different backgrounds and schools to mix, we must do more to reduce these artificial class barriers that have been built. For a start, schools in the same cluster can conduct their CCAs and related trainings together to encourage social mixing. Such partnerships between schools should be made formal, and students will have the opportunities to build more established friendship based on passion and common interests with their peers in other schools. In my own youth, my secondary school, which was highly regarded in my neighborhood, shared a common field, facilities and CCA groups like marching band with a neighboring school of lesser fame. We made friends and played games like basketball and volleyball together. I would like to encourage more of such cases so that students can transcend the social divide and bring down barriers of class. Deputy Speaker, Sir, while our education system continues to mold our younger generation in their formative years to have grit, determination and the drive to achieve, we must not neglect the softer side of education, specifically empathy. It is a hugely important issue that I cannot emphasize enough of. In today's high-tech, fast-changing world, we tend to favor communicating via devices over engaging in person. This results in a certain apathy towards others as we lose that human touch. Empathy is an essential skill that can help to strengthen relationships, understand the perspective of others, and make our society more gracious. We need to start bringing back this specific skill to our young via our education system. My suggestion is to enhance our character and citizen education and social studies. The current syllabus focuses on classroom and imparting of theoretical knowledge. While that is important, we must give students practical opportunities to impart empathy, getting them to walk the talk. Schools can adopt kindergarten, old folks' home, VWOs, or pet shelters in their neighborhood. The students will be responsible to help run the facility, the programs, engage the residents or helpers so that they can learn the responsibility of caring and attending to the needs of others. I'm heartened to know that a group of 10 university students who clocked their CIP hours in secondary school in an old folks' home continue to take the 6 a.m. bus every Saturday to the same home they volunteered then. I believe we can seed the caring heart of the next generation. On higher learning, last weekend at our Tampines East ITE EduSave Award ceremony, I shared the story of one of my colleagues. Chris started working for my company at age 16. She started as an hourly paid admin assistant. When she did not get into the course she wanted in Polytechnic, we offered her a permanent job as HR assistant. Through the years of her employment, the company sent her for courses, and she now holds a diploma in business management and WSQ HR-related certificates. 10 years on, she is now 27 and a HR manager in a subsidiary of 300 strong. She isn't the only one taking the path less traveled. Another lady told me she scored 199 for her PSLE, failed English at O-levels, and dropped out of engineering course in Polytechnic. She worked and did a part-time accountancy course, and today, aged 28, she's doing well in the company and recently bought her own condominium. We must continue to ensure our young have different pathways to success and the necessary environment to achieve their aspirations. A D7 in English should not be a death sentence for someone who is passionate about accountancy or Chinese studies. No one must be left behind due to our stringent education system. I'm glad that there are so many examples of people today who have not traveled the typical journey and have made it. But each time the story is framed around the immense challenges they had to overcome. I wonder if more of such successes can be had if we had a more inclusive education system, especially targeting those of the lower income group who have the least family support and the most difficult challenges. Deputy Speaker, sir, Singapore has built a world-class education system from scratch, and because of that, we have been able to navigate the uncertain seas and come out better than before. Education will continue to be one of the most important factors to affect Singapore's future, giving our young the right skills, tools and knowledge to chart their future. It is imperative for us to continue to educate and mold our future generation to be ready for the world and for their future, not just with technical knowledge and skills, but also with an empathetic heart and soul. Thank you, sir. I support the motion.
Order, it's 7 p.m. Well done, Ms. Cheng. Ms. Cheryl Chan, resumption of debate, what day?
Tomorrow, sir.
So be it. Leader of the House.
Speaker, I'm to move that Parliament do now adjourn.
The question is that Parliament do now adjourn. As many as are of that opinion, say aye. Aye. To the contrary, say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Order. Order.